Right now, the most broken war technique that you can use in Call of Dragons is to actually rally a Darkling fort. And in this video, I'll show you exactly how you can pull down literally over 1 million merits per Darkling fort rally by tricking your enemies into attacking your rally. Stick around in this video for everything you need to know about the ungodly meta of how to open field fight in Call of Dragons. Hello my friends and welcome back. I'm Chisgule Gaming, and in this video I'm going to show you just a fraction of the footage where we take our enemies to Clown Town by using rallies on Darkling forts. It's crazy. And okay, they have done the same thing to us as well. So in this video, I'm going to talk about why it is that at this moment in time, rallying forts isn't just the meta, it's everything. It's the alpha and the omega and everything in between, completely dominating and dictating how open field fighting works in Call of Dragons. And I now understand why rallies used to not defend themselves, because although it seemed really silly that previously a rally wouldn't defend itself, now it's really obvious that a rally probably should not defend itself. So in a recent update, the developers made it so that rallies will defend themselves if attacked. And when you take this to an extreme, you can use a rally sent in an enemy's direction and trick them into attacking the rally. Now you may think that's kind of weird. How would you trick them? Well, there's a dozen or more different ways that you can trick an unsuspecting enemy into attacking your rally. We will cover all of that in this video. But I'd like you to take note in the center of the screen of the Legioness rally that is Lilia and Velen. Now remember, the rally is set by a tier 5 player, with max heroes, with max artifacts, with max everything. And then you have players join that are tier 4, that don't have max everything. And then now you've got a rally of 2 million troops marching down the field. When the enemy accidentally hits the rally, which inevitably they will, then the rally starts defending itself. And in the case of Lilia Velen, it starts blasting 30,000 fireballs at their faces. Now, this only gets worse because all it takes is one person to accidentally attack the rally to initiate a chain reaction, evaporating literally everyone that you know right next to you, right in front of you. Just boom, they all disappear. Why is that? Well, here's what happens. You see, if somebody's standing around, but one person standing near them attacks the rally, then the rally will hit area of effect damage on all those players. Well, now they auto-attack the rally back. So this then lets the rally hit all those players too. And then somebody else comes along, just walking by, minding their own business. They get aggroed. If they're standing still, they start shooting the rally. Then they're brought into the chain. So this creates a chain reaction of destruction that's absolutely devastating. And it absolutely raffle stomps. I mean, I think I might have used the phrasing taking my enemies to Clown Town, because we're talking about the rally taking 0 sev wounds and the players getting raffle stomped, taking 100,000 or more sev wounds, when the rally is just absolutely blasting the ever-living heck out of them. And it is disgusting what this does in the open field. So there are a number of ways to make this technique work and to force your enemies into this position. So much so that I had to issue a decree that basically said, whatever you think you're doing near a rally, it's wrong. It's not going to work. You're going to only ruin things for your friends. Because here are the dastardly ways in which you can get someone to attack the rally. First and foremost, people might be smart enough to know not to attack a rally because the counterattack damage might wreck them. And in Call of Dragons, swarming a rally is going to go poorly for the swarmers, even if they're tier 5 players. So they may know not to hit the rally, but as you see here, there's an infantry player standing next to the rally. That is a trick. That is a pure dastardly trick. Because what happens is some mage who doesn't know any better will target the infantry. The area of effect damage will splash the rally, and then the rally will give them a new sense of understanding of reality. Let me explain it like that. Just there it happened. Just there it happened. The rally's now turned, and it is doing 5,000 normal attack damage, and boom! Okay? 10,000, 18,000, 20,000 skill damage, 3 targets. And it does it again, right? Over and over and over until all the targets, boom, 22,000, right? Boom, 16,000, 15,000, okay? Boom, there it is again, 20,000, 20,000, damage over time for 3,000 to tick. Like, They are blasting people. And the crazy part is, okay, now the rally breaks. They canceled it. But guess what? These guys on the field are still somehow going to trade pretty reasonably. So the net trade in this situation is like a gazillion to one. It is insane. Literally, I'll show you a couple pictures, I guess, of reports. People were stacking up pages and pages and pages of reports that are like 500,000 to 1 million merits per report. Now that's split across all the players, but like when you take 10 players, the majority of them tier 4, and you elevate them to tier 5 status and the god status of being in a rally, you freaking destroy people. But it's way more dastardly than that, because as I mentioned, you can have one march stand outside the rally, bait some attention, right? But there are dozens of ways to really do that. Players that don't know any better, for example, using Madeline, may forget that they do area of effect damage when their shield goes away. That's what Madeline's active skill and 4th skill, I believe it is, do in combination. Her active skill gives her a shield, and when her shield goes away, she does an area of effect hitting 3 targets, 300 damage factor. So even if the enemy tries to stop you by putting some infantry in front, then what you'll do is you'll have a mage leave the rally temporarily, aggro the infantry, get the shield to pop. Now the rally starts hitting the infantry player, and then the mage jumps back into the rally and rejoins the rally. Oh, the dastardly things you can do with a rally. Rallies will attack behemoths if the behemoth attacks the rally. So great way to deal with a behemoth is to send a rally to that position. Great way to deal with a flag that's building is to send a rally through the position where all the builders are. Someone will be incompetent or unaware enough to attack the rally, and then all the builders evaporate. What I'm trying to say, if I haven't made it really clear, is that rallies are now absolutely dominant. But we're not talking about rallying players. We're talking about rallying the darkling forts that are behind the players. And it turns out that the rally technology in the Alliance technology is the most important technology to accelerate the speed with which you can launch your darkling fort rallies, and also the counterattack damage that you can elevate is quite significant. So you can see here the meta now is to run many rallies into the enemy's territory until the players that don't know any better ruin it for everybody else and get everybody on the field completely obliterated. You can counter rally a rally, and that is really powerful. Send in the calves. But there are many times where, even right now, like I accidentally used more of like a filler march than a proper march to fight with, and I'm still going to trade positive as I retreat. So not only will I trade positive from the rally, but I probably will trade positive after I have left the rally and I'm stuck somewhere. It still doesn't matter. In fact, even here, we have so many rallies running that now another rally is coming through our position, so they kind of have to run away from us for fear of aggroing the archer rally. Now, to be clear, I think an archer rally is probably really not a good pick for this activity, even though the counterattack normal attack is very good. It's all about the mages and the splash damage and that effect creating a chain reaction. That really is very, very critical to making this technique, I think, deliver its maximum potential. So this right now is the meta. It's not like influencing the meta. It's not kind of relevant. It's the single most important, most relevant thing. And in my opinion, I think it would make sense. See, there's one of those 565,000 reports I was talking about. Also, you know, I got a small amount of merits as I got blasted out of the rally when it got canceled, but it almost doesn't even matter because I traded fine here. And then look at this report. We inflict 77,000. Oh, let me see if I flash through it. 77. I mean, yeah. I mean, you could just see the red bars are really big and the green bars are really small, which means like we're winning. Here, this is a funny one where they rallied us and my rally got caught with their rally. So now our rallies are dueling each other, which is hilarious. They cancel their rally, okay, and because we were crushing them. And now we continue forward. By the way, I did max Velen to take advantage of how busted this is and how absolutely essential it is to any strategy for how to play the game from this point forward. Is you have to have a max rally at all times running, and realistically like 4 or 5 or 6. And I found, by the way, that see, somebody didn't know any better and they just hit me. And now I'm going to blast them. Oh, boy. By the way, you'll see in a minute why I have infantry standing there. Trust the process, okay? You'll see why in a minute. So my rally's been engaged, by the way. And like once one person sees you hitting a rally, then they think they're supposed to hit the rally too. It's this weird phenomena. So we had to have like a massive education program on like, hey, whenever you see a rally, there's like really only one correct thing to do, and it's just to run away. The only thing that you can do that will not kill you and all your friends is to just run away from the position of the rally. If and only if your team does this well, then maybe and only maybe will you not get absolutely decimated by the rally. And it creates this weird dynamic where like people are getting the people who know get very upset with the people who don't know. And I don't think that's particularly a healthy thing, that like one player can make a choice that like gets their whole team destroyed. So I actually think rallies probably ought to get reverted to their old way of working, even though it seems really silly that rallies wouldn't defend themselves. Like, this is a way more logical reaction, is that the rally, once attacked, would defend itself. But from a gameplay standpoint, I don't know that it's actually making things like better from a gameplay experience, right? So, I mean, it's certainly funny when you're on a rampage, and it's frustrating when someone from your team gets you clowned. I'll tell you that, right? Like, I'm going to show the footage of us doing this, but they also were able to do the same thing to us, right? They were sending rallies just as much. This is not like one side is abusing rallies, okay? And everybody, once it was figured out that rallies are so insane, everybody's doing this. So this is not a one-sided thing, even though what I'm going to show you here is a report where, yeah, I'm the one doing the rally, okay? So let's just watch. Look at my rage bar is full. Oh, I'm going to blast that guy. Boom. 3k white damage. Oh my god. There it is, right? Just absolutely cannoning people. Evaporating them. Turning them to dust. Boom! 16,000 with a dot for 3,000. GG, right? I'm going to blast this guy. Right out of their clothes, just sent to the freaking spirit realm, okay? Just like, boom, evaporate them, all right? The damage is just completely mental. Now, what I'm about to do with infantry is going to be pretty cool. We're not there yet. You'll see. Boom, there's another cannon off the freaking mages, right? Here we go again. Oh my god. Just, here goes. 30,000 damage, bro. Did you see that? Boom. 33,000 crit. GG. Now, I found that letting the rally run long was the way to go. You really aren't ever going to escape from this situation, I found. So you were better off just letting it run, letting it walk, and just hoping that someone else would take themselves to Clown Town by hitting the rally. And that is like totally what's going to happen. 100%. Looks like somebody might have gotten out of the rally, but when there's barricades, I actually think it's not a good choice to get out of the rally necessarily. Like, I think it's very hard to get back in. So, yeah, I don't know if that's Leroy Jenkins who got out or if he was walking with us, but I think he is Dunsky. We salute your heroics in trying to bait someone to hit the rally. Okay. So the rally's marching. And, yeah, you can see I like targeted a darkling for it. So at this point, I'm kind of figuring out, like, okay, where are we going to cancel the rally? How far will we go before we try to, like... my hope was that we get to their backfield, like, deep into their back line. Look at that, up to 520,000 merits from this rally. I inflicted 126,000 sev wounds on somebody, man. Insane. So now, I'm hoping I get really far back. The way that you deal with this... Oh, here we go. I think pretty soon I'm going to do something cool. To be determined. I might have even already done it. Honestly, it's so hectic. Oh no, I think it's coming in a minute to this FLV rally. I'm gonna really get them pretty good. And like, look, everybody's doing this. This is not like a one team's doing it, the other isn't situation. No. Everybody. As soon as you figure out that this is doing what it's doing, the whole way in which the open field works is turned on its head. And that's why I think probably this change needs to be probably reverted, because like I mean it's pretty silly, okay, but also it like kind of unravels the fabric of what open field is in this game. So I think it's probably a no-go to keep it this way. Here you can see somebody is just kind of trying to block my rally. I didn't realize at the time it's to delay until the counter rally gets there. Oh my god, now I'm going to blast this guy. Am I doing 6k white damage to them? Oh, they did not know any better. 32,000 plus a 7,000 hit and a 3,000 damage over time. Like I said, you make enemies go poof. And that's why I like to just keep the rally running. Because, yeah, the further you go, the more likely someone's going to mess it up. And then they get hit, and then it's GG. So now I'm going to get hit by the counter rally. And by the way, I want to show you something kind of funny about that, which is that when the counter rally lands on me, we're going to trade positive anyways after I break the rally. A bunch of people are going to run away. Oh, here we go. There's that FLV rally. Remember I said I was going to get them pretty good? Yeah. So remember when I was keeping the infantry in the back line? Now my infantry, which have tons of march speed, you know how I like to build my infantry, are going to walk right in front of all the marksmen, and they're all just dead. They're dead. They're done. They had to cancel their rally because they were getting to our back line. Now I'm blocking them with my infantry. They can't leave. And poof, pop. See you later. All done. GG. Completely evaporated, right? Now I notice, uh-oh, I'm getting hit by a counter rally. I need to cancel. Now, this was 2-for-1ing me. I mean, I was getting raffle stomped by this thing, so had to cancel. And now watch what happens. The weirdness here is that somehow, although I'm primarily getting targeted, I think, because my health is going to evaporate pretty quickly, look how many of their players are fighting us, and, like, look how many will be left over in just a second. It's very weird. Like, they had us surrounded, they had the numbers, but, like, wait a minute. Like, they're running away, or we popped all their players? What just happened? So, like, we're not even trading that terribly from a completely terrible position, which is really weird. So sometimes you not only win with the rally by a long shot, you also then win after the rally breaks, depending on how the enemy handles the situation. So I wanted to share with you the alliance mail that I needed to send to help people understand the urgency of this situation. So I made a decree, and I said it's imperative that you understand this mail. Read twice if needed. Rallies now defend themselves. If you target the rally or anyone near the rally, but use AoE that hits the rally will defend itself. Not only does this get your march obliterated, but it gets your friends wrecked as well when the rally does AoE. So very simply, avoid the heck out of enemy rallies. Stop all attacking and move out of the way of the enemy rallies. T5 players cannot swarm these rallies. You will get obliterated, and anyone near you will incorrectly think they should start swarming too, and they will get absolutely blasted. Literally, the one and only correct thing to do is to move away from the rally and let a counter rally deal with it. All other choices other than run from enemy rally will lead to a guaranteed worse outcome. If you stand anywhere near the rally, the enemy will pop out of the rally, aggro your AoE march, you'll AoE them plus the rally, then the rally will literally evaporate you and anyone standing near you. If any enemy rally is coming your way, the only priority above literally all other activities is to move completely out of range of the enemy rally and fully disengage from any enemy near the rally. Thank you for understanding. Oh, man. So yeah, like I said, I did take Lilia, and she's already maxed, but I have her 6 stars. Velen, I took all the way to 6 stars. I dropped another 175 or so universal tokens on Velen to max him out. So I've got him maxed for like the absolute maximum punishment that you can deliver with one of these rallies. I think that the best thing to use is the Infernal Flame at this time. It's at least got a passive effect, which is pretty good. I have to do a little more looking to see if, like, I don't know. I mean, is it conceivable? I don't actually know how this works. Hold on. There's one artifact that could conceivably be better. It's this guy, the Bloodblade Banner. While in battle, your rallied armor gains physical keen every 30 seconds and deals artifact skill damage. I mean, we'd have to see if this actually works when you're field fighting with your rally, but 1,300 damage factor with a bonus 10% attack ain't bad. That only happens once every 30 seconds, though. Whereas, meanwhile, with the Infernal Flame, how does this work? When your Legion inflicts Scorch, you gain 30% attack for 5 seconds. I mean, that's pretty good. I don't think I have to go out of my way for a Bloodblade banner to be getting a very powerful effect here, because the Scorch is getting triggered, I mean, all the time from Lilia when you max her out. So, TLDR, if you see an enemy rally, you need to run the other way. And I think that the developers probably ought to consider rolling back this change so that rallies kind of work the way that they used to. I mean, maybe if they're getting... I don't know. I don't know what the answer is, but I can tell you that open field combat in this game is kind of a beautiful thing. And it's elegant and fun and honestly, so good compared to literally any other city building game. It's not even remotely universally close to what Call of Dragons offers. And I think that the way this rally meta is working really kind of takes away from the elegance of the field fighting. And I think it also creates a situation where the people who don't know what they're doing really make it unfun for the people that understand what's happening, because you're just sitting there and like one person who doesn't know what they're doing ruins it for everybody else. And you can't actually do that in the same way in the open field and in any other capacity. So TLDR, if you're not running rallies with your highest power players to control the field, at this moment in time, you're probably doing it wrong. If you enjoyed the vid, do me a favor, throw a like on here, consider subscribing. I'll have more Call of Dragons content. I've been probably not creating as much of this content as I would like recently because I've been so invested in playing and helping lead in this season, but I really need to move out of the leadership activities and back into the gameplay and videos. So expect more of that. I'll see y'all real soon with some pet-related videos. I've got a bunch of them on the way because I have been doing some awesome stuff with my war pets, and I'm leveling them up on a couple heroes right now, but I got some cool stuff to share with you. So if you want to see some of my other videos about pets already, cards will be in the end screen, but be on the lookout for some new pet videos where they are going to be eye-opening for sure.